I expect big things.
Speaking of cool moments, got your season opener Saturday. Just your initial thoughts on opening the season and going to the big house.
I feel like it's a great experience just to go to the biggest stadium in America. As always, you just hear about historic moments there at that stadium. But at the end of the day, it's just another football game once you step inside the white lines, and we've got a job to do. So we're trying to complete that mission.
You've played at a few big stadiums before you came to ECU.
Yes, ma'am.
Which one was the most memorable to you so far?
I think playing at Tennessee at Neyland, I remember they scored the first touchdown on us. I was like, I've never heard a crowd this loud before, just because the way, like, I guess it's set up, it's so steep where, like, the sound just echoes. So that was crazy.
So you have experience playing in that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
How have you helped the guys prepare for Saturday?
I've told a lot of the guys, it's easy to come out there and be nervous or anxious. I would say it's a better word, but you just got to go out and treat it just like practice. I say the way we practice, the way we go hard in practice, it should always be easier than the game, just because if you treat every practice rep like a game rep, the game should be like second nature to you.
When y'all were at Georgia, y'all faced Michigan right in playoffs. So what do you kind of remember about their team then and kind of the talent level and everything?
I remember they were a real sound team. They played with a lot of discipline. And I just remember our game plan at UGA. We just wanted to out-physical them, because I remember their O-line got the Joe Moore Award like the week before, and our O-line wasn't too happy about that. And I just remember like we wanted to make a statement just with our physicality and prove that we were the most physical team.
We talked to Isaiah Winstead last year, and he had some personal goals for himself. Do you have any personal goals this year coming into the 2023 campaign?
I mean, of course I've got personal goals. I want to say just like over 1,000 yards. I want to be first team all conference, but at the end of the day, I'm not too worried about that. I want to win the conference as a team, because I know once you win the conference, everybody gets accolades and everybody, like, they get recognition.
Coach Houston wants to shut the noise out, but social media now, you hear some stuff. There's been cupcake word thrown around. Does any of that creep into the locker room? Do you guys ever talk about any of that stuff at all?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said we didn't talk about it. We all saw that clip, and I mean, it's kind of like nothing new. I feel like the national media, they've always slept on ECU, so I mean, it doesn't change anything. That chip on our shoulder is always going to be there regardless if we're the favorite or the underdog.
As a guy who came from Georgia, obviously a great program, but you come to ECU, you kind of see the talent here. Do you feel like teams like ECU definitely do get overlooked in that landscape, maybe don't get the recognition they deserve?
Yeah, definitely. Coming here and just seeing, like, we do a lot of the same stuff that we did at Georgia in practice. Of course, it's just new to some guys, but I would say, like, ECU, we've got talent all over the field, especially, like, with schools like Georgia and ECU. I feel like the skill position talent drop-off is barely any, because I feel like guys are fast, guys can jump everywhere. I feel like it's just like probably like O-line, D-line, it's just size difference, and that's really the only difference, I would say.
And you were moving around a lot of receiver this year, and especially this preseason. What's it kind of been like being able to play in the slot, but you can always go back outside, and depending on what you guys are trying to do offensively, that versatility?
I think it's very important. I've always tried to pride myself on being versatile. I can play any position on the field, I like to say. So going from the slot to the outside is not any difference. I really don't care where I line up. Wherever coach needs me, like, I feel like I can produce at that spot.
You talked about playing in big stadiums. How do you help the guys this week get ready for a top 2 opponent in the country? I mean, obviously at Georgia you saw some of that, and how do you help the guys not get stuck?
I would say, like, our biggest thing I've been telling the guys is we've got to be together. Like, games like this, we've all got to have the same mindset. So it's like, whether it's us going out to eat during the week, us staying out, having players-only meetings, like, we've really just got to hone in and, like, have the same, like, militant mindset. So it's kind of like the game plan for the game. You got to have that mentally. Like, we've all got to be on the same page and trying to accomplish the same mission.
Awesome. Good luck.
All right.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.